Hey kids. So we have read books from Janelle Cannon and Patricia Polacco. So when you read a book this week, notice whether the author or illustrator has a style of writing or drawing that you recognize from other books by the same person. I'm going to give you some examples. Janelle Cannon with some of the books that we read. Faraday, Penduli, and Storm in the Night. The illustrations, the pictures, some are black and white and some are in color. Versus Patricia Polacco, which is like my rotten redheaded older brother, colors connect to the mood of the story. And you can notice the two different types of authors' styles when you're looking at their books side to side. Topics: Janelle Cannon, animals who are often feared by humans and or misunderstood. These are both about animals that are misunderstood. I'm sorry, Storm in the Night was not the right book to grab. That was by Mary Stoltz, but these two are by Janelle Cannon. Patricia Polacco were family stories from her childhood, like Meteor. Remember that book? One's about animals, one is about family stories. Characters. For Janelle Cannon, animals such as cockroaches, bats, and snakes were talked about. Where Patricia Polacco, they're family members and friends. The plot. Janelle Cannon is fictional animals are turned away by their friends at first, but then are accepted. Where Patricia Polacco, it's humorous memories from her childhood. Two different brilliant authors that have a style, and you even have your own style in your writing, and you can notice this when you look back in your writing and read across all of your stories. You have your very own style too, which is very cool. We're going to go in and talk about just what Janelle Cannon did when she was writing. So, I'll go right here. I'm going to write Janelle Cannon. What did she always do? I gave you a hint from what we were just writing about before. She always writes and illustrates fictional stories about what? Animals. The animals in her stories, what? Act like people, right? They don't act like animals. They act like people. They have feelings. They're talking. The main character always learns a what? What does the main character in the stories learn? A lesson. It helps them. The illustrations are accurate depictions of real animals, meaning they look like real animals and they aren't like super cartoony that like an elephant has a small nose or something. The elephant would have a big nose. It's an accurate depiction. And then we're going to talk about things that she often does as well. What does she often do? We have a snake and a coyote, both of which that I'm terrified of. She writes about animals that most people think are scary or ugly or bad. Do you agree with that? I mean, some of you might be super brave and not think snakes are scary, but I'm terrified. And I think that she does that because, I mean, those scary animals are learning a lesson and you're relating to them. So, in a way, you're kind of like relating to an animal that you're terrified of and getting more used to it. She also includes factual information about the animals in the back of the book. In these books, in the way back, we noticed when I was reading them to you that there are real life information about these animals, and it's really interesting. We didn't have much time to read it. However, we'll be able to go back and look at it when I see you face to face. However, it's very important to see what Janelle Cannon does at her books because she always does something and often does other things. And we did a chart just like this for Patricia Polacco. And by doing so, we were able to notice different things across the authors or illustrators, right? There's a pattern. So we can almost predict another book that they're about to do. So, challenge, are you ready? Your work for today is to, time yourself only 10 minutes. It shouldn't take longer. Some of you are perfectionists and it's going to take longer. I'd like you to either choose Janelle Cannon and write about real life animals that learn a lesson. Okay, so you're going to write a little book. Real quick, easy. You can take a picture of it. Or you're going to choose Patricia Polacco and you can write a humorous memory from your childhood. You're going to kind of model that person because it's important that we're not only studying them, but we're using what they study to help us learn more. So you can just upload a picture of it below. You're either going to write about an animal that learned something or a childhood memory. Thank you.